on our platform, that is a 247 application, or for that matter on the learning platform. I would again reiterate the fact, whatever doubts you have, do let me know in the chat section. Fine. So this being the orientation session, we will be officially commencing the lectures, the classes in the upcoming days. But today we will be focusing on having a clarity about the subject. So whatever topics which are important for cracking this exam in the attempt of November itself, plus how the exam has fared in the previous cycles, what all you need to study to crack this exam, what will be the methodology which you must adopt to crack this exam, plus whatever doubts you have in your mind, they will be addressed in this particular. So JAIIB examination, it comes under the flagship courses of IIBF. And why it is important, it will create a base for you if you are very serious in your banking career. Base of what? Base of the domain knowledge, the expertise which you require in the banking industry. Because you can see for yourself, various subjects are there, be it the IIFS, Principles and Practices of Banking, AFM, or RBWM. All the four subjects talk about the basics which you require to survive in the banking industry. And if you want to excel in this particular industry, you must go for the CAIIB examination. You must, syllabus is same, the examination dates are same, everything is same except for the fee structure that will be varying, or you can say it is a bit lesser as compared to the JAIIB examination registration. Fine. So this particular class is Anshita for the PPB subject, Principles and Practices of Banking. So when we talk about the examination, JAIIB examination, the registration which are there in front of us in the website of IIBF, it will start from 1st of August. It might change if there is certain modification by the IIBF, but as of today, these are the dates. 1st of August, your registration will commence, and gradually you will see the registration cycle will move into the next phase, the second phase, from 8th August till 14th August. What is the second phase? Basically, your fees will be more as compared to the first one. So you have to pay the normal examination fee plus rupees 100. For the third phase, 15 August till 21st August, normal exam fee plus 200 rupees. So basically the structure is defined by the IIBF only, and the recommendation from the entire officers at the 247 team will be to fill your form here 1st August to 7th of August. Why? Because in the later half, you will find certain glitches in the website and it will unnecessarily create panic in the mind of our students. Fine. So when we talk about the examination dates, the examination will commence from 2nd of November. First exam will be of IIFS. Then the examination which we will be talking about in this particular session is the 8th November PPB exam, Principles and Practices of Banking. Then we will be having the examination of AFM, that is Accounting and Financial Management for Bankers, on 9th of November. Now here, what I want to highlight is the importance of managing both these examinations simultaneously from day one. So today, you can say that it is the day one of your preparation for PPB. So you should be very clear that how you will be approaching PPB in order to maintain that consistency, so that in the examination week, you do not get bogged down by the excess syllabus when we talk about both these subjects. I hope that everybody knows that the most bulky subject of all the four is PPB. So managing PPB along with one of the core subjects of JAIIB, that is AFM, where you will find n number of numericals, it is an uphill task. So from day one itself, you must be very clear how you will be managing both these subjects in the last week of the examination. Then 16th of November, you will have the RBWM exam. So I hope that everybody is clear when it comes to the examination dates, and special reference must be given to the PPB and AFM exam because they will be held back to back. Okay, we have some question here. No class was there on 13th and 14th of June. Today, there will be a class. Okay, fine. No WhatsApp group is there right now. So there is no WhatsApp link as such. Fine. So this is the basic overview of JAIIB examination, basically registration fee and the examination date. Very basic thing. The exam will be conducted in online mode, that everybody knows. So first of all, when we talk about the subject as such, I would like to know from all of you whether you have appeared in this subject earlier or not, especially for the PPB. And if you have appeared, then what was your score in the PPB examination in May 2025? Why I'm asking? Because PPB was one of the toughest subject in this particular exam cycle, which was held in May 2025. So let's have a discussion. What are your observations? If you have already given the examination, how was your preparation when you were sitting in the examination hall? What you felt that this thing was not expected and it is there in the exam, or for that matter your preparation might have gone into some other direction, it must follow this path. What all observations you have? Let's just have a quick discussion. Okay, 39, 40, fine. See, exam was tough. Exam was difficult. Nobody expected so many numericals when it comes to PPB, right? Yes, numericals and case study. Good. Case studies, normally we have that tendency to lean towards the case studies when it comes to PPB, but numericals, nobody guessed it. Fine. Yes, this is the common observation, I would say. And how we will be dealing with all these things, be rest assured, we will try to prepare at a level beyond which you will find that everything is going okay in your preparation itself. So for PPB, if we talk about the mentors, which you will be having interaction on our platform, that is Officers Adda 247. So I'll be taking up module A and B, and Aman ma'am will be taking up module C and D. That is how the course structure has been designed for all of you. So there are 4 modules in total. There are 55 units. So we have dedicatedly 2 modules for me and 2 modules for Aman ma'am. So how we will be going through all these modules, what all is important, we will be discussing in this particular lecture. Yes, confusing. Yes, there's no doubt about that. Fine, let's be very clear. There was confusion not only in the case studies but in the normal questions also. Fine. So IIBF is making the level of examination tough. Any day it is becoming tough day by day. So how we have to tackle this examination? First and foremost, you must have the conceptual clarity. Now, what do we mean by this conceptual clarity? When it comes to any unit, be it the operational aspects of your banks, or for that matter, ethics. If there is a topic in the ethics module also, how you should approach. First of all, lay the base. You must be very clear in operational aspects what all components are there. If I'm talking about KYC, how is it different when we talk about the type of account? When we are talking about supposingly the relationship between debtor and creditor, how it is different from the XYZ relationship. When you talk about the differentiation, then only you will be able to understand the concept in a better way. Same goes for ethics also. In banking industry, what do we mean by ethics? What all implications are there in ethics? What is the objective of studying ethics in banking industry? If you are well versed with all these things, then only you will be able to take care of all the difficult case studies which are there in the examination. The most common one being Satyam. Fine, Satyam industries have been asked n number of times in the previous exam cycles. So you should be aware that how IIBF is asking the questions from that particular case study, and you must replicate all those important cases which are going around with that particular case study, that this is the type of question which IIBF can ask. So one observation can be that you should be aware via reading newspapers or your circulars also, or the circulars of RBI, because thereon you will be having that knack, you will develop that knack of solving the case studies. So conceptual clarity, I hope that this is clear. Everybody must focus here only. Initially, only the concepts must be there in your mind. No need to make notes initially. There is no need to revise initially. No need to solve the mock test. Only the concepts must be there in your mind. So when we talk about the examination, then we have multiple subjects: IIFS, AFM, PPB, and RBWM. And you can see for yourself, there are 45 units in IIFS, 55 in PPB, 35 in AFM, and 30 units in RBWM. May 2025, what it has taught us: you cannot have any presumption. No presumption must be there regarding any subject, be it PPB, IIFS, or any other subject which we are talking about. Most importantly, I'm telling you, mark this thing very, very important. Not only facts, but now numericals are also important. In the previous cycles, you have not seen so many numericals in PPB or RBWM also. But this time, the trend has changed, or I would say the trend has transformed itself into asking more and more numericals, and that too tricky ones, not easy to, just sit in the examination hall and solve. After the examination, we can have a discussion that, okay, it was very easy, you can just apply this method. But while sitting in the examination with the kind of pressure the examination hall creates for you, it is quite tricky, I would say. Interpretation of the options is required. Normally, we used to see that IIFS is the only subject where interpretation was necessary. But this time, all the 4 subjects were of the similar kind. Plus, there are 3 categories of questions in this particular examination of JAIIB: 0.5 marker, 1 marker, and 2 marker. So when we talk about these 0.5 marker and 1 marker, you cannot have a specific number that this much number of questions will be asked of 0.5 marker, 1 marker, or 2 marker. And you cannot be certain when it comes to the type of question that this type of question will be asked in 2 marks. This type of question must be asked for 0.5 mark. No. So all in all, what you can do is focus on the concepts. From here only, you will be able to crack this examination. Right now, the only silver lining in front of us is that there is no negative marking. But let's see what happens in the next cycle. I want everybody who is watching this session to crack this exam in this particular cycle only and focus on CAIIB in 2026. So what is the crux of this discussion? What we have right now, that conceptual clarity is a must. You cannot just skip the concepts and expect to crack this examination. Okay, so what is the plan? How we should approach the examination? This particular examination of PPB, how you should approach it? See, we will be having a discussion of the syllabus, that this is the important module. This module you can, skip 1 or 2 topics. This module you must do. These modules will be having more numericals. These modules will be having more case studies. But in general, what is the plan which you should follow for the examination? Fine, JAIIB examination. For all the subjects, I think that these things are relevant. Let's just quickly look one by one. If you have any doubt, just let me know in the chat section. So first and foremost, if you are starting your preparation, go through the exam analysis. Whatever previous exam analysis you find on YouTube, just watch them. Fine, they will serve as a reservoir of the questions which are being asked in the examination. All those questions, all those important topics, subtopics will be discussed time and again by the IIBF in upcoming cycles also. I'm not saying that 100% same questions or same topics will be repeated, but yes, you can expect at least 30-35% of the topics to get repeated in the upcoming cycles. So these analysis, this particular type of, you can say, experiment or this particular type of exercise will land you in a safe zone from where you can capitalize by identifying the easy module for you. So you must be very clear that whether you are good in the operational aspects when it comes to PPB, or for that matter, you have that edge over others that you can easily solve the case studies of ethics. Okay. Whatever module you find easy, I would highly recommend to cover it first. Why? Because it will boost your confidence. And confidence is one thing which you require throughout the preparation. See, this is not a sprint. Let's face the reality. This is a bit of a marathon where you must know everything which is important, and gradually you will be building your base. You cannot just expect from yourself to go from day one and start solving MCQs, start revising all those important things. No, first you must lay the base. After that, you will be identifying all those important topics which you need to re-revise and then start practicing. Okay, the most important thing according to me for this exam, or in particular to any kind of examination, will be the consistency. This is very, very important. Consistency will serve as the single most important aspect of your exam preparation, be it the daily targets, weekly targets, or monthly targets. First of all, you need to plan that what all targets are there in front of you on daily basis, what all targets you want to achieve on weekly basis, and what about the monthly targets. And then just ticking all those targets on daily, weekly, monthly basis, you will follow the right path. So consistency is required for this particular examination. Along with that, revision. Once you have laid the base, that you have covered 2 or 3 chapters, now start revising, because ultimately we won't be able to retain everything whatever we have read in the previous chapter. So start revising once you have covered 2 or 3 units. That is the expectation from my side. Last one is the mock test. In May 2025, what I have observed, or the entire team will also agree on this, that mock tests, all those students who were very serious while solving the mock test, they had finally scored good marks, be it 60, 65, 70, 87 marks. All these good marks are only because of one thing, that is solving good quality MCQs or the full length mock tests. So you do not ignore this particular aspect of your preparation. Time and again, students try to surpass or bypass this particular aspect, that okay, we won't be solving mock test. In the last week, what we'll be doing, that attend the marathon classes, and we'll be just gaining the 50 plus marks, and we'll crack this examination. Now mock tests are very important. If you see the May 2025 examination, and one particular thing about IIBF is that whatever strategy you have in your mind, it won't be working 100% while sitting in the examination. So do have one important aspect in your mind, that always remember, whatever IIBF is trying to ask you, you must be in the position to answer that according to the situation. Expect the unexpected. That is the summary which I want to tell you. Fine. So next thing, let's now move on to the PPB examination. The subject specific discussion. Now let's begin. When we talk about the modules, there are 4 modules: module A, B, C, and D. And in these modules, what you will find, that various units are there, and the total units, 55 units, are divided into 4 modules. So first and foremost, the most important unit when we talk about modules A and B, the most important units will be here only. Be it the, again, I would say, operational aspects, or the operations which we call it in the banks, or for that matter, your credit. Fine. The credit profile or the advances section. Module A and B, for all of you, since you are working in the banks, you will acknowledge this fact that mostly the operation part is covered in the module A, and the aspects beyond the operations, be it credit, LC, all those things will be covered in the module B. So general banking operation and functions of banking, they will form more than 60% of the relevance in the syllabus. So the questions, the nature of question will depend, but since the number of units are huge here, 41 units are there, so you must expect, I would say, that maximum questions will be from these 2 modules, module A and B. At the same time, you cannot just ignore module C and D, be it the banking technology or the ethics in banking and financial institutions. Why? Because from this module, heavily, you can say, expect the case studies. All those case studies which are there, which you must expect. are from module D only. Case studies can be asked from any module, but what is the most obvious module from where the case studies will be there? Module D is the right answer there. So ethics in banks and financial institutions, unit number 51 to 55, although less number of units are there, but again keep this thing in mind, you never know what IIBF is capable of asking in the examination. Do not ignore even one unit, I would say, because you are starting early. Capitalize on this positive aspect. Module C, banking technology. Here you will find very interesting concepts, I would say. Why interesting? Because you are also using some of these technologies on daily basis. Being a banker, this particular subject of PPB will be very interesting for you, because mostly the operations and the advances sections you already know. Be it the features of certain, you can say, features of certain accounts, feature of a particular credit portfolio, feature of the LCs. All these things are very important, and you already know these terminologies. So when we talk about the discussion module wise, let us start with module A, that is general banking operation. Now, as the name of this particular module states, we will be talking about all the ideas, all the innovations which have been done in the banking industry from time immemorial. So starting off with the banker customer relationship, how you can establish this particular relationship, what all duties are there in front of the banks, and customer guidelines are there in front of the banks. Along with that, the next unit will be talking about the AML KYC guidelines. When we discuss the operational aspects of KYC, you must be very careful that you cannot ignore any, do not ignore any type of guidelines, fine? Because IIBF has asked from a very minute detail also in the book. When you will be studying in the lectures also, I would say, there are n number of topics from where question can be asked. We'll be telling you that this particular topic, this question has been asked. So we are expecting that this type of question might get repeat. But when we talk about the minute details, do not ignore them. We at our platform will try our level best to cover the entire syllabus from A to Z. But again, when you are revising those topics, for that I am telling you that do not ignore the minute details from this operational aspect of KYC. Next, opening accounts of various types of customers. So all the types of customers will be covered here. This unit, along with operational aspects of deposit accounts, you must cover parallelly. Okay, do not study these two chapters in isolation. They won't make that much sense. If you want to have a comprehensive discussion of the operational aspects, then I would highly recommend try to cover these two chapters, the various types of customers, along with that operational aspects of deposit accounts parallelly. Then mostly whatever we have seen in the previous cycle, the chapters related to cash, they are not that important, fine? Again, no preconceived notion must be there, but I'm just telling you the trend. When we talk about the cash aspect of the general banking operations, IIBF is not asking that much from these particular topics. But in May 2025, we have seen that some questions in shift 2 or 3, I do not remember distinctly, their questions were there from cash, but not very difficult. Simple questions were there. When we talk about the forex remittance facilities for individuals, this topic is highly interesting, most interesting topic in the module A, and you will be having the knowledge of forex after studying this particular chapter. Operational aspect of NRI business, need not to say, both these units must be covered parallelly, along with the foreign currency accounts for residents and other aspects. So these three chapters we'll be studying collectively. These two chapters, when we talk about this various types of customers and the operational aspect of deposit account, club them and study. Then when we talk about the cash handling process along with the banker special relationship, you can think of studying them parallelly again. When we talk about this cash management, this is also a part of your cash unit. So what I want to convey is that in module A, you can have various themes, right? When we talk about the KYC theme, you can have the initial 3 chapters, or whether I can say the 4th chapter also. No, the first 3 chapters, KYC related themes are there. Opening, account opening, and the deposit accounts, one particular theme. Cash, you can have 3 units clubbed together. Then forex theme, another, you can say 3 chapters are there in the forex. Then when it comes to the checks, the payment and collection of checks and other negotiable instruments, responsibility of the paying and collecting bank, this particular aspect will be talking about the checks. Okay, so one instrument, that is check, will be discussed in these 3 units. Ancillary services, all those NEFT, DD, etc., everything will be covering in the ancillary services. Financial inclusion, financial literacy, why it is important, what all schemes are there for the financial inclusion in our country. Customer service guidelines. See, banker customer relationship and customer service guidelines, both are different, and they are not same. The relationship which you establish with the customer will be discussed here, but what are the actual guidelines to pay the services, to give the services to the customer, will be discussing here. Duties and rights of the bankers and customer rights, more or less an extension of banker customer relationship. Then after that, the most important one, or you can say the most relevant chapter right now, is this grievance redressal and the RBI integrated ombudsman scheme. From this ombudsman scheme, or the RTI, or for that matter CPA, that is Consumer Protection Act, you can expect good amount of case studies, because there is a scope. Do remember one thing, whenever we talk about the JAIIB examination, be it the CAIIB examination, also are very, very important when it comes to their application in the actual life in the banking industry. So I hope that module A is clear to everybody. We will be studying them by breaking them into themes. Right? It will create some interest also in the subject. Along with that, it will be easier for you to revise or to retain these facts, because IIBF won't be asking you that try to answer this question based on the unit number 3. No, it wants you. What IIBF wants, what is the demand of IIBF? The demand is to know all the important aspects from all the subjects. And what is the supply which you must give? Conceptual clarity. That's it. Demand and supply. The game is about demand and supply only. Fine. So let's move ahead. If you have any doubt in module A, you can just ask me. Any kind of doubt? Yes, more confusing case study was there. Okay, now let's move ahead and see the units which are there in module B. So functions of banks. After the operations, we'll be switching our focus towards the functions. Now, primary function is to perform the deposit, fine, perform the deposit in the branches, along with that to lend. So principles of lending will be starting our discussion from here. When we talk about the second unit, that is different types of borrowers and types of credit facilities. The different types of borrowers were there in operational aspects also. Here, while lending, you will be having another aspect which is related to the credit. Appraisal and assessment of credit facility, operational aspect of loan accounts, types of collateral, then securities, documentation, and NPA, along with the recovery of dues. Yes, these chapters 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units you must study in tandem. You can have one theme out of it. That starts from what? Appraisal. You appraise the loan, fine, that whether you will be disbursing the final amount or not. What are the operational aspects or the operational guidelines for those loan accounts? Various loan accounts are there, we'll be studying here. Then what all types of collaterals are there against which the loan will be disbursed. Then the types of securities, different modes of charging security, SI charge. All of you who are there in the advanced section, they must be knowing the term. When we'll be starting this particular module, we will be explaining to you that what do we mean by the charge creation, SI charge. Then documentation, what all documents are there, starting from the very basic, that is KYC, till the letter of arrangement and letter of agreement. Then NPA, once you have disbursed the loan, documentation is complete. Now, if the loan turns into bad or stressed asset, then how you will be recovering? The recovering of loans and how the laws will be backing your recovery. That will be studied under these particular units. Then we have contracts of indemnity, contracts of guarantee, and bank guarantee. All these contracts are very, very important. Question has been asked time and again from these particular contracts. So lay special emphasis while studying this particular topic. Then LC, letter of credit. So we'll be talking about the trade. Fine. In the trade aspect only, you will find this particular topic, that is letters of credit. After that, DPGs, deferred payment guarantee, laws pertaining to bill finance, personal finance. These two topics you can club together and study. One is for your bill finance and another one for the personal finance. Then comes one of the most important topic of your module B, that is priority sector advances. Now, be it the agricultural sector, be it the micro enterprises, or for that matter, disbursing loans to the weaker sections. Everything is important. And RBI has revised the guidelines in March 2025 also. So we can expect one question directly related to the particular topic of priority sector lending in the form of case studies. Then we have agri finance. This is highly important for all of you who are there in the RRBs, or they are posted basically in the semi-urban areas or the rural areas where such type of loans are there. So agri finance, finance to microfinance institution, co-lending arrangements with the NBFCs. Micro, small and medium enterprises in India, MSME, we'll be talking about their types, all those threshold limits which are there, revised with effect from 1st of April. Government sponsored schemes, all the initiatives of Government of India. Along with that, SHGs, some reference will be for the JLGs as well, joint liability groups. Okay, so module B, basically apart from the operational aspects of your banking, which goes in the branches that the branch is performing, apart from that, all those services which are there, they will be discussed in module B. A, B, and C will go. Not exactly, Anshita, not exactly. We will be starting off with module A, then covering module B, then C, then D, like that. Okay. Fine. So now let's have a discussion on module C, that is banking technology. In banking technology, what you need to know. So in banking technology, what you need to know is the essentials of bank computerization, the history. Basically, we'll be starting our discussion with the history, that how computerization happened in bank, and we no longer use the ledger system. I hope that most of you know the ledger system, the registers which we used to maintain manually. Now the task is somewhat easier thanks to the digitalization of banking. Operational aspects of CBS environment, CBS, the core banking or the business solutions as we call them. Various banks have various softwares, and they have the tie-ups with various IT hubs of our country for developing those softwares, whereon they will be calculating all those data which are required to operate in a bank. Then we have the alternate delivery channels, the digital banking, data communication network, and EFT systems. Although in module A you will find certain reference of EFT system in the ancillary system topic, but here at depth you would be having the discussion. Digital payment system, NPCI, this is important. Why? Because it has laid the foundation of the digital, you can say, transaction in our country, digital, or you can say mobile banking in our country. The QR system, find the payment systems which we have right now, the convenient ones, it was led by the NPCI. Impact of technology adoption and trends in the banking technology. Along with that, the security and mitigation measures in banks. So what type of question is expected from here till here? First of all, the theory-based question can be asked, plus the computer usage can be linked with your case studies. So some case study can also be asked when it comes to the digital payment systems, along with the impact of technology. Operational aspects of cyber crimes, again, highly important, very, very important. And this particular topic will be replicated in your CAIIB examination also because of its importance only. How your cyber threats are there in the banking industry and what is the mechanism to cope within the banking industry. E-rupee along with the e-wallet, all these important government initiatives will be there. This is just written in the book, that is why only e-rupee is here, but along with that, all the important topics which are covered in the recent initiative of the government, which are important for the examination, that will be discussed. Then fintech, regtech, subtech, hashtag banking. What is subtech? If anybody can tell me, regtech, what is the difference between fintech and techfin? Fine. All these questions have already been asked in the PPB examination, and we are expecting 1 or 2 questions to get repeat. So overall, if we talk about module C, so banking technology is one such domain where most of you will be interested. Why? Can anybody tell me the reason why in banking technology most of you will be interested? Because as per the data in India, the maximum bankers are having educational qualification as what? Maximum bankers, they are having educational qualification as what? Okay, because of that reason only, I am assuming that you will find it interesting. Okay, then we have module D, that is ethics in banks and financial institutions. Rightly said, engineering. So ethics in banks and financial institutions, only 4 topics are there, but do not underestimate these 4 topics. Fine. The type of questions, the type of case studies which are asked from these types of, you can say these topics, they are not easy to handle if you have not studied the concepts. Okay, again, I'm highlighting this thing. Concepts are very important for your module D. In module A and B, you will be having certain base created thanks to the number of units which are there. But here directly, you will be jumping towards the ethics and banking, business ethics, integrated perspective. Fine. You will be having the interrelation between the subject ethics with the banking ethics at individual level, how you should be ethical in various situations, ethical dimension for employees, work ethics and workplace. Case studies are expected from these units, all these units, but specifically if you ask me, maximum chances are from here, from your 3rd unit of module D. Lastly, banking ethics, the changing dynamics. One thing is for sure, for handling the case studies, you must attend the classes. That goes without saying. Fine. You must attend the classes. You must be very attentive in the classes and ask whatever doubts you have. Plus, solve the mock tests where the case studies are there. Along with that, what you need to do on your own, that try to read the financial news. If you are having, let's say, 5 or 10 minutes, try to read the financial news which involve banking, which involve the employees of banks, which involves the union of the banks, because ultimately case studies will be hovering around those topics. Fine. So while sitting in the examination hall in the actual exam, you won't find it new. Okay, you have already read n number of times. Fine. So this was it for the discussion part of module A till module D and how you can manage all these things. So first thing which came out from the discussion of module A and B specifically, we'll be focusing on the themes. Specific themes will be created and we will try to approach each and every topic via themes. Secondly, what is important for all the 4 modules is the conceptual clarity. Third one, whether you should be starting off solving the MCQs from day 1 or not, answer is no. Try to make the notes out of each lecture which we are delivering, then revise those notes and then solve the MCQs, so that whatever you have read, whatever you have understood, you need to apply that also in the mock tests. After the mock tests, what you can do? Next approach would be to have the case studies, to have that mindset that we are here to solve n number of case studies. Chances are there that IIBF can repeat whatever pattern it has followed in the May 2025 exam. So try to figure out various types of case studies from your financial news. That will be highly fruitful for you as a banker and to crack this exam as well. Okay, so now is the time where you can ask me any kind of question which you have, be it about the subject PPB, be it about the journal examination of JAIIB, or in general, if you want to chit chat also, you can ask me any kind of doubt. Hi Neha, hello. No, Vijay, I'll be taking up module A and B. Aman ma'am will be taking up module C and D. Yes, yes. Today there is class of IIFS. There was no class on Friday and Saturday. Okay. Fine, fine. Okay. So how many of you are here working in the bank in the operations department? Fine, as we call that, in the cash department, or for that matter, posted as a service manager. Yes, yes, there will be. There will be, Sukur. For all of you who are in the operations department, specifically handling supposingly the cash or account opening, for that matter, or forex, this particular module will be easier to handle. Then when I talk about module B, all of you in the advances section will find this very, very easy. Fine. You will have certain additional points here when we will be discussing these chapters, but again, you will be grasping it very easily. Relatively, it will be easier. When we talk about this part, that is LCs, or for that matter, your DPGs, then bill finance, very, very specific part of banking industry is there. So mostly all of you will find this particular topic to be new, along with that interesting also because of the nature. Yes, yes, we will be solving the questions also in the sessions, if you are asking that, Vijay. So what is the model of our classes? We try to cover the concepts first, and in the last 5 or 10 minutes we try to solve the questions so that we can see whether we can apply whatever we have read or not. Okay, fine. So all of you who are watching on the YouTube also, one quick information for all of you, that we have already started this particular batch, that is success batch. But if you want to have all those classes of IIFS, or for that matter other subjects from day one only, or you have missed enrolling in the previous batch, so we have launched our fresh batch, that is increment batch, where the classes will be starting from 27th of June. Anshita, that is our concern also. We are also concerned about this fact. But since you guys will be having 4 classes, so 1 or 2 subjects will be having such kind of timing, right? So we try to accommodate maximum participants. We also love to have more participants in the live sessions, but because of the timing only, we have to adjust. Fine. But there is no issue, I would say, if you just in case you miss 1 or 2 classes, because you are in the office or for any reason, you can again go to the recorded format of these live classes and you can ask the questions via the telegram link which will be shared to you. Yes, eventually so you will be having 4 classes, 4 subjects are there. You'll be having on daily basis, the classes will go on. Right now we have started the class of IIFS, and the PPB has already started from today. So after that, the AFM, RBWM, I think AFM has already begun. If anybody can confirm, RBWM will be taken up soon. Vijay, I'll be sharing the link with you in the next or next to next class, so don't worry. All of you will be having that links. Yes, yes. So AFM has already begun. So 3 subjects are going on right now. Okay, so any kind of feedback which you guys have, all of especially from all of you who have already given this examination, that you missed the final marks by, let's say, 4 or 5 marks because of this reason, and you want that thing to be included in the lectures. Vishal, that's what I was talking now. Since there are 4 subjects, so we have to accommodate at least 1 or 2 subjects in these timings. Okay, okay, that's a good score. Missed by a whisker, I would say, Vijay. But again, show the same consistency here in this particular attempt, and you will crack this exam with more than 60 marks. That should be your aim, right? Yes, 45. Yes, yes. Neha, questions were there. Case studies questions were there, along with numericals. Numericals also. No? So we'll take care of everything. Although in our marathon classes, also in the lectures, also we discussed at length the case studies, and we'll be replicating all those practices again. No, no, no. Anshita, you will be having 1 class, that is PPB class from 6 to 7. After that, I think that most of you will be reaching your homes. Huh? Yes, yes, Vijay. Yeah, definitely, definitely. Neha, that is the thing which we also want to add. Although we were having certain case studies, but after this May 2025 examination, we will try to up the ante, and we will try that more types of case studies are there. We'll be discussing everything. Yes, yes. Problems. Yes, definitely, definitely. Right, right. So, any other doubt? Any other doubt, guys? You just ask me. If you feel that you want something extra beyond this, you can say case studies, or for that matter, the problems on daily basis, the lectures which we have, you can just add on here. Okay, because feedback is always welcome at officers at 247. We take it very, very seriously. Okay, so for the audience who are watching this particular session on YouTube, be it live right now or after the session ends, you are watching in the recorded format, I would say that the details of our success batch has been pinned in the comments. So if you want to enroll in a batch where you will find one-stop solution for your studies and you are very serious to crack this examination in November 2025 itself, then you can highly, I would say that you should directly go to the success batch and see for yourself whether your expectations are met or not, because we'll be having the live classes. The recorded format of those live classes will be there. Along with that, you will be having the mock tests also, plus along with that, with the mock test, you will be having access to the ebooks also. And for maximum discount, if you want the maximum discount, then one coupon code is there which is flashing right now in I think in the yes, below in the screen, so you can apply that coupon code. If you have any kind of doubt, do let me know in the comment section as well. Anchita, if we talk about the importance, then module A and B, hands down, the maximum importance must be given to those modules. But in the same time, do not ignore C and D, because sometimes what we see that students are having 45, 46 marks and they missed the cutoff by 4 or 5 marks only. Those 4 or 5 marks you can ensure if you take the module C and D also very, very seriously, because see, you guys have started early. So capitalize on this positive aspect, I would say, and try to cover each and every unit. For your question, what I can say is that module A and B, very, very important. C and D, you can find certain selective topics which you can cover. Kavita, for that, I would say that right now you can watch the exam analysis for May 2025. And once we will be starting our classes, so unit wise, we will be covering those topics specifically which are being asked in the previous cycles. Yes, it is today. Unit 3, Part 2. Fine. And apart from that also, when we will be done with the syllabus, we'll be having certain sessions on YouTube also. The marathon classes, revision classes, numerical sessions will be there, and on regular basis also we keep on updating various study strategies for all those subjects of JAIIB and CAIIB. You can watch there also. No, that is for IIFS. Anjita, Unit 3 Part 2 is for IIFS. This class is for PPB. Okay. This class, it is for Principles and Practices of Banking. Fine. Okay. Any other doubt? Fine. So let's conclude the session. For all of you who are having the IFS class, just have a break for a minute or two. We'll meet at 7 p.m. sharp. Yes. In the upcoming classes, I'll be providing you with that. Don't worry. Fine. For PPB, we'll be meeting tomorrow. That is 6 p.m. So stay tuned. And yes. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.